I just wanted to make a quick video to intro class for you today since I am still not here. So first I want you to think about the bell work that I posted for today. It's asking about the 8 characteristics of life. Can you name them? And then it's also asking how many characteristics does something have to be considered biotic? If you have not answered this for yourself, go ahead and pause the video now, come up with your answer, and then continue listening, and I will talk about it with you. Okay, so remember that the 8 characteristics of life have the acronym GROWSR HA. So G is for grows, something that grows and develops. The first R is for reproduction, something that has the ability to reproduce. The O is for organization. C is for cells. E is for energy. And the last R is for response to stimuli or response to the environment. H is for maintains homeostasis, and A is for adaptation. So you should be able to name all 8 of those by the next time that I see you. And then for how many characteristics does something have to be considered biotic, it has to have all 8. If it only has 7, but it does not count off that 8th one, it is not biotic, it is not living, it has never lived. It would be considered abiotic. Okay, let's go ahead and go through the agenda. So this is going to be different for my third period and all the rest of them because I was actually able to teach my third period. So just listen up to what I'm saying and make sure that you're doing the correct things for your period. Okay? So first, last time, this one along with the first video or my third period, I talked through this with you, the guided notes. I'm making a video to go over Practice Characteristics of Life 1, so please have your worksheet out if you printed it out or up if you downloaded it and filled it up there. I also just linked a blank copy of the worksheet if you were somebody who could not find it last time. It's right here, it's linked, you can open it, and please complete it before you look at the video. This should be checking your answers, not just giving you answers because you did not do it. So please try it first. Okay, so my third period, we already went through all of this together, so there is no reason for you to watch that video. And then you can go on to Characteristics of Life 2. This is the one that starts out with the multiple choice part, and then it has, like, is this a stimuli or is it a response? Go ahead and watch the video to go through that. I will also be making that and linking it. Now here, period 3, this is where we stopped. We did not do the cell theory videos because we spent time going over the other worksheets. But my other periods, you all should have at least watched the wacky history one. So at this point, if you click on that link, it takes you to a page that has multiple videos. Watch the wacky history one and complete this guided notes intro to cell and cell theory. It should go along with the video. As soon as you have that done, go ahead and watch a video that I will link here that goes through the PowerPoint that was linked on last time. And it also will go through the answers for the guided notes intro to cell and cell theory. So again, please make sure that you tried the guided notes before you check your answers so that you can check and see that we're on the same page instead of just writing down what I'm saying. Okay? So far what you would have done is pull out Characteristics of Life 1, checked your answers along with the video. Then same thing with Characteristics of Life 2, check your answers along with my video. Then Guided Notes Intro to Cell and Cell Theory, check your answers with my video. Then we're moving on to new things. There's Reading Discovery of Cells. So it's just this worksheet that talks about the discovery of cells, it talks about microscopes and Robert Hooke, and it asks you to pick out certain sentences that are part of the paragraph, like here the first, oops, sorry, let's enable editing so it looks better. This first question here is, cells make up some living things, but not all. So I want to decide whether I agree with this or I disagree with this, but I have to have some information to justify my answer. I have to have a reason that I believe this. So then the sentence that I think gives me the evidence I would write or type in here, and then I would decide whether I agree or disagree with this statement. Same thing with all of the rest of them. Be ready to discuss this next time. I will have you pull this out or pull it up on your computer and we will talk about it. So there is no video to check your answers for that one today. That one is something that you will check with me next time. Same thing with the other two. Now, the rest of class will also be focused around viruses. So here, this is practice characteristics of life and virus. We'll be going through it next time. It's another reading about viruses. And then I want you to take the characteristics of life that you know, all 8 of them, and I want for you to overall decide whether you think that viruses are living or non-living by answering these questions. Right now, we're practicing being able to take a reading, take information from it, and use that to justify your argument. This is something that we'll be doing a lot this unit. Justify your argument with parts of this passage. And lastly, you have a video over viruses and some reflection questions. So you can write those in a Word document, you could write those in a notebook, somewhere where you will have it next class and you can talk about it with me because I'm expecting that I will be back by Friday and that I will be able to be here for class. After you have finished all of those things, you do not have any homework, so just make sure that by the next time that I see you, so Friday or Monday, you know the 8 parts of the cell theory, or sorry, the 8 parts of the 8 characteristics of life is what I meant to say. That you can use those to decide if something is biotic, meaning it is living or it has lived, or abiotic, meaning that it has never lived. Know the 3 parts of cell theory. Be able to talk about this reading here. Be able to talk about this and be able to talk about this. So these need to all be totally done. And all of this before you need to also have done, but you've already checked your answers, so I'm not going to go specifically over all of those worksheets. Okay? I hope that we're on the same page next time. I hope that this has been at least a little bit fun for you. I really like this content. So I will see you when I see you. Bye for now.